Hi, this is Cousin Russ. I'm going to do a blog post on a feature called Find Duplicate People in Family Tree Maker. This will probably become multiple blog posts on this topic because there's a lot of features within this one feature. So I'm going to demonstrate the one I was just working on, in fact, myself on my file, so I thought I would share it with you. So I go to Family Tree Maker. This is the plan workspace, and I'm going to click on Edit. In other words, I have a file open. It says Current Tree, so this is a tree that I am working on. And I want to click Edit in the menu bar, and I want to click Find Duplicate People. Now, I have done this before, and I will demonstrate this again in a different way. But I have a list of duplicate people that I have been working on, and that's what I was doing when it dawned on me I ought to just do a blog post on it and actually do this. So I have a saved list, and I'm going to open that saved list, and there's 4 people on this list that Family Tree Maker thinks they might be the same people, and that's based on the information that is in the file. I have a bunch of options down here that I can use, and I will show each of these in a follow-up, but I'm going to do this compare and merge. So I can compare these 2 people, and I can merge it by using this option. And I'm going to click that. And like all the merges that are in Family Tree Maker, they give you 2 columns, person 1, person 2. Now, if you look down person 1, I don't have much information about person 1. I don't have any birth, death, or marriage. I don't have any indication, any facts on this person. I will go to this person so you can see it, what I'm talking about. This person, I've got a fair amount of information. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to cancel out of that. Now, I have the person 1 on the left selected, and I can go to that person. That person's people view, tree view, and I want to go to the person view. And what you see here is exactly what I saw in the merge. Important to note for me is this person ID number. I've talked about person ID in the past, but this may become important in the future. And I'll show you what I will do with it. Now, I have 1 citation, and there's a media file with a citation. Now, I'm going to double click on that, and it brings up my citation. Now, what's important here is that I got this on Ancestry. So I am going to click on that globe, and it's going to open up that source. And you'll see that there's James D. James. Now there's a trigger for me in this, in that the first name and the surname are the same. So I'm questioning whether it's the same, if there's something wrong with the name, and there may be, but let's look at the data. And you'll see another Daniel James, which is what Family Tree Maker thinks it's the same person as the James D. James. So I'm going to click on View, and it's going to open up that image so I can see for myself what the image says. And there's not much on here. I may have opened up the wrong page. And I am scrolling down to see if I can find that James person. So I didn't, but I selected the wrong person. I selected Jane. I did not select James. So I had selected the person that the citation referred to, which was correct, but I want to go to the child, James D. James, and it will open up to where he is in that document. And there he is, 2360. So the only information that was on this page on the source is what I recorded in Family Tree Maker. So there's no date. And if I go to the next page, the next image, and scroll up to the top, there is Daniel, the other James that Family Tree Maker thinks is the same person. And I can't disagree with it, but I'm looking first before I make a determination. You'll notice I had James D. James as the name that was recorded in that book, and Elizabeth Simmers, which was also listed, and that's the only information that I have about him. Now I'm going back to the tree view where he is, and if I go up here, I will see Daniel. Now that's the Daniel that Family Tree Maker thinks is the same as this person. There's a couple hints for me with the color coding turned on, and you can see that I have color coding. He does not show in my direct line. So he is not my direct line, but his father is, William James. Now, just keep that in mind because I'm going to go up to Daniel James, and you'll see that William James is the father of Daniel James, which is what I expected. Now, I'm going to go to William James, and you'll see that has a bunch of children, back 9 of them, and there's Daniel James, which has the color code beyond him, so he's my direct line, and there's James D. James. So based on what I have seen and evaluating that one document that I have on James D. James, I do not believe they're the same person. And you'll see that I do have multiple, very little. Well, I'm sorry, that's the father. We go to the son. This is the person that I have more data on, but I'm not convinced that they're the same person. I have a number of documents that I can go back and review to make sure that that this data is correct. But for my purposes, I do not believe, find duplicate people, I do not believe that these two are the same person. I'm just going to close that for a minute because I want to show you, I'm going to save that list because I'm working on it. I want to save that list because I want to go back to James D, and I don't want to forget that I have work to do. So I have a task, and I have double-clicked the task and open it. It said, my question is James D. James, and there's the person ID number with birth and death year. I don't know what it is. The same person as James. That's not correct. That's Daniel James. I'm going to fix that right here. Daniel James and his person ID number. And I'm going to save that. Now, I noticed as I was doing that I really do have his birth and death year, 18/10/1888. So I'm going back to him, person 1818 to 18. Make sure I don't have 1888. I'll make sure I don't have too many spaces in there. So that's my question. Family Tree Maker seems to think it is the same person. I'm not so sure about that. So that is now on my to-do list. Now I'm going to go back and bring up that find duplicate person, and I'm going to load that saved. And I want to take, because I've recorded the fact that Family Tree Maker thinks they're the same person, my my evaluation at this point is they're not the same person. So I have an option to remove that row from this list, and I'm going to close, and I'm going to save that list. So the next time I do this routine, find duplicate people, I will then have a list of 3 people, and I will do a couple more blog posts on the use of this feature. So I found a duplicate person. I evaluated the 2 people. At this point in time, with the data that I have at hand, I do not believe that they're the same person. I've done the review and I put it on a to-do list. So I don't want to review that person again, but later on I will create a new list and have another look at this issue. So anyhow, that is my first run through of the Find Duplicate Person feature in Family Tree Maker 2017. Thank you very much and have a great day.